All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. We're going to look at exactly why your current AI setup probably isn't revolutionizing your business the way you thought it would. And more importantly, how treating Claude like an actual dedicated employee can finally fix that. Right now, it's like we're all on this wild goose chase, right? Scrolling social media for the ultimate mega prompt or constantly jumping between the newest models. But the hard truth, it's the fundamental way you've configured your AI that's holding you back. You're likely running brilliant, cutting-edge AI on a completely broken setup.
And honestly, that broken configuration leads to this super common, incredibly frustrating realization. You hit that 6-month mark of using AI, and yeah, you're churning out work faster, but you're still exhausted. You're stuck doing work that literally shouldn't exist anymore. Think about the absolute pain of reminding the AI of your brand voice, your target audience, and your formatting quirks every single morning. It's just an endless loop of re-explaining, setting context, and copy-pasting. So yeah, the output is faster, but your life, it definitely isn't any lighter.
To fix this, we need a complete paradigm shift. We're going to systematically break this down, diagnosing the broken configuration, reframing the consultant versus employee mindset, walking through the 5 onboarding steps, building skills and routines, and finally, looking at compounding your business equity.
Okay, Section 1, the broken AI configuration. Let's look at why treating AI like a simple search engine is totally bottlenecking your business. This right here brilliantly illustrates the core problem. A standard AI tool is basically just a really smart calculator. Every time you open it, boom, it starts from absolute zero. No memory of what you did yesterday. But Claude Cowork fundamentally changes the game by acting as a dedicated, integrated workspace. We're talking personal memory and deep file integration. That means it actually remembers your specific business, your tone, and your goals. It keeps everything centralized, instead of scattered across 100 disconnected random chats. It's a total game changer.
Moving on to Section 2, consultant versus dedicated employee. This is the exact mental shift you absolutely have to make to unlock real leverage. Think about it like this. If you're just using basic chat interfaces, you've essentially hired a brilliant, top-tier consultant who, well, forgets literally everything and abruptly quits at the end of every single day. You waste half your morning briefing them, you manage to squeeze out one decent piece of work, and tomorrow, you're interviewing and training them all over again. It's maddening. Instead, you want an employee, someone who walks in on Tuesday already knowing exactly what you talked about on Monday, they know where the files are, and they know your style without you having to say a word.
Which brings us to Section 3, 5 steps to onboard Claude. Because let's be real, you wouldn't drop a new hire at a desk and just say, "Good luck," without proper training, right? Here are the exact 5 sequential steps you need to properly onboard Claude so it actually shows up ready to work independently. We've got introductions, a desk, the team, skills, and the performance stack. And listen, it is absolutely crucial to do these in order. If you try to skip ahead, your new digital employee is just going to flop because that foundational context is missing. Okay, step 1, introductions. Just like handing a new hire your company handbook, you've got to start by feeding Claude your personal preferences, your role, your tone, your decision-making style, and here's a really cool trick. Just open a chat, give it a quick baseline of who you are, and ask, "Hey, what else do you need to know about me to be the most useful assistant possible?" Literally let it interview you, and then just paste those exact answers right into its permanent preferences.
Next up, step 2, you have to give Claude a desk. In the physical world, a desk is where your files and reference notes live. In Claude, you do this by mapping a dedicated folder structure right from your computer directly to Claude projects. This gives its work a permanent, organized home. No more vital business documents disappearing into the void or context getting lost because you're working out of some random temp folder.
For step 3, you need to introduce your new hire to the team. Nobody works in total isolation. They need to check email, coordinate, look at the calendar. By using connectors via the MCP registry, which stands for Model Context Protocol, you can wire Claude directly into tools like Gmail, Drive, or Notion. But hey, quick word of warning here. Do not connect the whole shebang on day 1. Seriously, start with just 2 or 3 non-invasive tools so you don't overwhelm the system with a ton of noise.
All right, Section 4, building skills and routines. This is where we cross the line from casual AI hobbyist to real, scalable business automation. This brings us right into step 4 of our onboarding process, building skills. A skill ensures Claude never has to guess how to execute your specific tasks. It is essentially a reusable instruction file or a playbook. Whether it's churning out a client proposal or writing a complex email sequence, you write the skill once and Claude follows it to the letter, every single time, without ever guessing.
Let's look at some concrete examples of how you map everyday business tasks right to automated solutions inside Claude. Pulling a weekly analytics summary? Map that to a scheduled task. Need to filter and qualify leads every morning? Trigger a routine. Or say you need motion graphics created that perfectly match your brand. Just trigger your motion graphics skill. Claude executes it perfectly based on your unique style guide. It's that simple.
And that leads directly into step 5, equipping your new employee with the performance stack. Stacking these 5 specific tools takes you from having a smart chatbot to a system running parts of your business entirely independently. First, plugins act like pre-built expert bundles. Next, slash commands give you one-line execution shortcuts, so you're barely typing full prompts anymore. Then we have sub-agents, which are specialized mini-helpers you send off to do background work. Scheduled tasks run automatically on the clock, and finally, routines execute complex multi-step procedures completely on demand.
Moving to our final part, Section 5, Compounding Your Business Equity. Let's look at the ultimate reward for putting in the work to set up this proper workspace. By treating Claude as a fully onboarded employee with a desk, access to the team, and dialed-in skills, solopreneurs are typically eliminating up to 15 hours a week of repetitive, manual work. Just pause and think about that. 15 hours a week. That is an enormous amount of absolute freedom given back to you every single week.
But the real magic is what you choose to do with that recovered time. You get to take those massive time savings and reinvest them directly into the things you were just too busy to touch before. Instead of sweeping up admin work, you can finally focus on high-value sales conversations, deeply refining your core offers, and pumping out high-converting content. You know, the stuff that actually drives revenue.
And this leads to my absolute favorite concept, compounding leverage. The skills and workflows you write today don't just clear off this week's plate. They pay huge dividends because every future smarter version of Claude will instantly know your business. You are literally documenting your operations into a clear set of instructions, laying a rock-solid foundation for a business that could eventually operate entirely without you. The heavy lifting today pays you back forever.
So, your new employee is finally ready. The daily amnesia's gone, the files are perfectly integrated, and your automated systems are firmly in place. The only question left to answer is, what new heights are you going to reach with this incredible compounding leverage?